Good afternoon, my dear friends. Hope you're all really well. And today we're gonna cook a tomato soup. Basically, the first things to do is get all the ingredients ready for the blending. So this is gonna be a raw vegan soup. I'm gonna use a blender here, and it is a tomato soup. However, it's not entirely tomato. I am also using some celery greens here, so which I've just washed and I'm now spin drying in the salad spinner. So I'll show you in just a moment how that comes out. You can use either one big tomato or a couple of smaller tomatoes. I'm using this lovely beef tomato here. It's absolutely delightful. So all we do is get your celery greens. So the tops, I don't throw them away, but actually I just either use them in a soup like this or in a green smoothie. So I've just washed them. What I'm going to do is just chop it, and they're going to get blended anyway. I'll just pop them in here. There we go. Lovely stuff. Also, I'm using some spring onion here, also into the blender. Just chop it up rough. This is from my mum's greenhouse, and the rest of the celery here. Celery is very cleansing, and it gives a natural sodium taste to your food, like very refreshing kind of flavour. That's what I really like it for. In fact, I'm really craving celery in this summer, so I bought a huge bunch the other day just to make a few things, salads and what have you. Now I'm using 2 cloves of garlic as well. Just chop it roughly. It's gonna go get blended anyway. This is pretty much like an Italian classic tomato soup. So then I take my tomato, I'm gonna chop this up as well. And then just whack it into the blender. There we go. Might have to do this in a couple of goes so that the blender can pick up the ingredients. The blades can pick up the blending. Okay, I'm gonna pop a little bit of water in there just to give a hand to the blending process, as well as give a nice texture for the soup, not too thick. Okay, just turn it on and whiz it up. Brilliant, that's gone in. So I'm just popping the rest of the tomatoes in there as well. Okay, lovely. Okay, what else we're gonna use is avocado. Very important. I'm using 1 avocado in this soup. This gives this soup a really creamy, thick texture. So just split it open and again chunks straight into our blender. without the avocado the soup isn't the best. I mean, this avocado and tomato soup is just absolutely spot on. So very cooling and very tasty as well. It's not going to be a cold soup. You could have it as a cold soup, but I'm going to actually just heat it very, very briefly. So it's still a raw soup, but it's warm. And the way to do that I'll show you in just a moment. Let's pop the rest of the avocado in there. Great. Now, waz it up again. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. That's all we're going to use in the soup. I'm going to put some oregano as well, but in a bit. Okay, this is looking really green, even though it's supposed to be a tomato soup, but still. You could actually put less celery in. I just had quite a bit left over that I wanted to use up. Normally we'd have that red look to it, you know. So this is pretty much ready. All we're gonna do now is just get a little saucepan, pop the heat on max. This is what I do, and once the pan's really hot, we just pop the soup in and then it quickly stir it around and it just heats up straight away. Whilst we're waiting for it to heat up, I'm gonna use my Sicilian oregano here and just shake some into here. It's a typical Italian ingredient obviously, so that's, you can still use all those kind of ideas in our raw vegan soup. Okay, great. So I'm just gonna pop some in here. Some of the soup. Okay, the pan's already hot. Lovely. Add some salt, a little bit. I'm using Himalayan crystal salt here. There we go. And literally start stirring it around. It's gonna be ready very, very fast. You don't want to cook this soup, just want to warm it through so it has a warm taste. That's pretty much it. Okay, so we're ready to plate up. It's that quick, guys. Okay, I have got some black olives here as well, which I'm gonna pop on the top as well. Nice and warm. Just take it out. Very simple, very cleansing. Warm but raw. No nutrients have been lost in this soup, in the heating.